Shalom and welcome to Who is Yahuah. Thank you for joining me as we gather today's portion from the scriptures. Today's reading is Shamuth, Exodus, chapters 4 through 6. Shamuth, Exodus, chapter 4. Mashah answered, "But look, they will not believe me or listen to my voice. They will say, Yahuah has not appeared to you." Yahuah said to him, "What is that in your hand?" He said, "A staff." Yahuah said, "Throw it on the ground." He threw it on the ground, and it became a serpent. And Mashah ran away from it. Yahuah said to Mashah, "Stretch out your hand and take it by the tail." He stretched out his hand and took hold of it, and it became a staff in his hand. This is so that they may believe that Yahuah, the Elohim of their fathers, the Elohim of Abraham, the Elohim of Yitzchak, and the Elohim of Jacob, has appeared to you. Yahuah said furthermore to him, "Now put your hand inside your cloak." He put his hand inside his cloak, and when he took it out, his hand was leprous, as white as snow. Then he said, "Put your hand back into your cloak." He put his hand back into his cloak, and when he took it out, it was restored like the rest of his flesh. If they will not believe you or listen to the voice of the first sign, they may believe the voice of the latter sign. But if they will not believe even these two signs or listen to your voice, you shall take some water from the Nile and pour it on the dry ground. The water which you take out of the river will become blood on the dry ground. Mashah said to Yahuah, "O Yahuah, I am not eloquent, neither before nor since you have spoken to your servant, for I am slow of speech and of a slow tongue." Yahuah said to him, "Who made man's mouth, or who makes one mute, deaf, seeing, or blind? Is it not I, Yahuah? Now therefore go, and I will be with your mouth and teach you what you shall speak." But Mashah said, "O Yahuah, please send someone else." The anger of Yahuah was kindled against Mashah, and he said, "Isn't Aharun your brother, the Lewi? I know that he speaks well. Also, he is coming out to meet you. When he sees you, he will be glad in his heart. You shall speak to him and put the words in his mouth. I will be with your mouth and with his mouth and will teach you what to do. He will be your spokesman to the people. It will be as if he were your mouth and as if you were Elohim to him. Take this staff in your hand with which you shall do the signs." Mashah went and returned to Reassur, his father-in-law, and said to him, "Let me go now and return to my brothers who are in Mitzrayim and see whether they are still alive." Reassur said to Mashah, "Go in Shalom." Yahuah said to Mashah in Madian, "Go, return to Mitzrayim, for all the men who sought your life are dead." Mashah took his wife and his sons, set them on a donkey, and returned to the land of Mitzrayim. Mashah took Elohim's staff in his hand. Yahuah said to Mashah, "When you go back to Mitzrayim, see that you do all those wonders before Pharah, which I have put in your hand. But I will harden his heart, and he will not let the people go. You shall tell Pharah, this is what Yahuah says, Yashar'Al is my firstborn, and I have said to you, let my son go, that he may serve me. But you have refused to let him go. Behold, I will kill your firstborn son." On the way, at a lodging place, Yahuah met him and sought to kill him. Then Pharah took a flint knife, cut off the foreskin of her son, and cast it at Mashah's feet, and said, "Surely you are a bridegroom of blood to me." So he let him alone. Then she said, "A bridegroom of blood because of the circumcision." Yahuah said to Aharun, "Go into the wilderness to meet Mashah." He went, met him on Elohim's mountain, and kissed him. Mashah told Aharun all the words of Yahuah with which he had sent him, and all the signs with which he had instructed him. Mashah and Aharun went and gathered together all the elders of the children of Yashar'Al. Aharun spoke all the words that Yahuah had spoken to Mashah, and did the signs in the sight of the people. The people believed, and when they heard that Yahuah had visited the children of Yashar'Al, and that he had seen their affliction, they bowed their heads and worshipped. Shamuth, Exodus, chapter 5. Afterward, Mashah and Aharun went in and said to Pharah, "This is what Yahuah, the Elohim of Yashar'Al, says, let my people go, that they may hold a feast to me in the wilderness." Pharah said, "Who is Yahuah, that I should obey his voice to let Yashar'Al go? I do not know Yahuah, and I also will not let Yashar'Al go." They said, "The Elohim of the Hebrews has met with us. Please let us go 3 days into the wilderness and sacrifice to Yahuah, our Elohim, lest he strike us with plague or with the sword." The sovereign of Mitzrayim said to them, "Why do you, Mashah and Aharun, take the people away from their work? Get back to your burdens." Pharah also said, "Behold, the people of the land are now many, and you make them rest from their burdens." The same day, Pharah commanded the slave drivers of the people and their officers saying, "You shall no longer give the people straw to make bricks as before. Let them go and gather straw for themselves. However, you shall require of them the same number of bricks as they made before. Do not reduce it, for they are idle. This is why they cry out, saying, 'Let us go and sacrifice to our Elohim.' Let heavier work be laid on the men, so that they may labor in it, and let them not pay attention to lying words." The slave drivers of the people and their officers went out and spoke to the people, saying, "This is what Pharah says, I will not give you straw. Go yourselves, get straw where you can find it, for none of your work shall be reduced." So the people scattered abroad throughout all the land of Matzrim to gather stubble for straw. The slave drivers pressed them, saying, "Fulfill your daily quotas, as when there were straw." The officers of the children of Yashar'Al, whom Pharah's slave drivers had set over them, were beaten and were asked, "Why have you not fulfilled your quota of making bricks both yesterday and today as before?" Then the officers of the children of Yashar'Al came and cried to Pharah, saying, "Why do you treat your servants this way? No straw is given to your servants, yet they tell us, 'Make bricks.' Behold, your servants are beaten, but the fault is with your own people." But he said, "You are idle. You are idle. This is why you say, 'Let us go and sacrifice to Yahuah.' Go now and work. No straw shall be given to you, yet you shall deliver the same number of bricks." The officers of the children of Yashar'Al saw that they were in trouble when it was said, "You shall not diminish anything from your daily quota of bricks." They met Mashah and Aharun, who stood in the way as they came out from Pharah. They said to him, "May Yahuah look on you and judge, because you have made us abhorrent in the sight of Pharah and in the sight of his servants, to put a sword in their hand to kill us." Mashah returned to Yahuah and said, "Yahuah, why have you brought trouble on this people? Why is it that you have sent me? For since I came to Pharah to speak in your name, he has done evil to this people. You have not delivered your people at all." Shamuth, Exodus, chapter 6. Then Yahuah said to Mashah, "Now you will see what I will do to Pharah. For with a strong hand he will let them go, and with a strong hand he will drive them out of his land." Elohim spoke to Mashah and said to him, "I am Yahuah. I appeared to Abraham, to Yitzchak, and to Jacob as Al Shadi. But by my name, Yahuah, I was not known to them. I also established my covenant with them to give them the land of Canaan, the land of their sojourning, in which they lived as strangers. Moreover, I have heard the groaning of the children of Yashar'Al, whom the Matzrim keep in bondage, and I have remembered my covenant. Therefore, say to the children of Yashar'Al, I am Yahuah. I will bring you out from under the burdens of the Matzrim, and I will deliver you from their slavery. I will redeem you with an outstretched arm and with great judgments. I will take you as my people, and I will be your Elohim. You will know that I am Yahuah, your Elohim, who brings you out from under the burdens of the Matzrim. I will bring you into the land I swore to give to Abraham, to Yitzchak, and to Jacob, and I will give it to you as a heritage. I am Yahuah." Mashah spoke this to the children of Yashar'Al, but they did not listen to Mashah because of anguish of spirit and cruel slavery. Yahuah spoke to Mashah, saying, "Go in, speak to Pharah, sovereign of Matzrim, that he let the children of Yashar'Al go out of his land." Mashah spoke before Yahuah, saying, "Behold, the children of Yashar'Al have not listened to me. How then shall Pharah listen to me, since I speak with uncircumcised lips?" Yahuah spoke to Mashah and Aharun, and gave them a command concerning the children of Yashar'Al, and concerning Pharah, sovereign of Matzrim, to bring the children of Yashar'Al out of the land of Matzrim. These are the heads of their fathers' houses: the sons of Reuban, the firstborn of Yashar'Al, Chanuk, Paluah, Chatzran, and Carmi. These are the clans of Reuban. The sons of Shamaun, Yamu'al, Yamin, Ahad, Yakin, Sakhar, and Shaul, the son of the Canaanite woman. These are the clans of Shamaun. These are the names of the sons of Lui, according to their generations: Gershon, Kahath, and Merari. The years of Lui's life were 137. The sons of Gershon, Labni, and Shammai, according to their clans. The sons of Kahath, Amram, Yatshar, Chabrun, and Azial. The years of the life of Kahath were 133. The sons of Merari, Machli, and Mushi. These are the clans of Lui, according to their generations. Amram took for himself Yahukabad, his father's sister, as wife. She bore him Aharun and Mashah. The years of Amram's life were 137. The sons of Yatshar, Karach, Naphag, and Zachari. The sons of Azial, Misha'al, Al-Satfan, and Shathri. Aharun took for himself Alishabah, the daughter of Aminadab, sister of Nachshun, as wife. She bore him Nadab, Abihuah, Al-Azar, and Thamar, the sons of Karach, Asir, Al-Kanah, and Abi-Asaph. These are the clans of the Karachi. Al-Azar, Aharun's son, took for himself one of the daughters of Puti'al as wife. She bore him Phinehas. These are the heads of the fathers of Luim, according to their clans. These are the Aharun and Mashah, to whom Yahuah said, "Bring out the children of Yashar'Al from the land of Matzrim, according to their armies." These are the ones who spoke to Pharah, sovereign of Matzrim, to bring out the children of Yashar'Al from Matzrim. It is the same Aharun and Mashah. On the day when Yahuah spoke to Mashah in the land of Matzrim, Yahuah spoke to Mashah, saying, "I am Yahuah. Speak to Pharah, sovereign of Matzrim, all that I say to you." Mashah said before Yahuah, "Behold, I speak with uncircumcised lips, and how shall Pharah listen to me?" Thank you for joining me to gather today's portion. May we continue seeking Yahuah through his word and growing in the knowledge of him one day at a time until Yahusha gathers us. Shalom.